So the 2-week ceasefire is in effect, and while some are already declaring a winner, I can tell you neither side has won. I'll explain why in a separate video. For now though, I can say this: the real losers are the rest of the world. We have lost lives, infrastructure and resources. While infrastructure and resources can be rebuilt, lives cannot, and it is crucial that we never forget that. Let us go back to the beginning of this war. In my opinion, and this is only my view, it is possible that Mr. Trump and Mr. Netanyahu viewed the uprising as an opportunity they could exploit, but that ultimately did not produce the expected outcome. This raises the question: why move against Iran when negotiations were underway? They may have assessed that Iran was unlikely to soften its demands after what happened in June 2025, making confrontation increasingly likely. As a result, they may have chosen to apply max pressure in an attempt to weaken or partially neutralize Iran. However, what they may not have fully anticipated were the unintended consequences. Perhaps they assumed that combining two of the world's most powerful militaries would deliver a quick success, but it is now evident that this has not been the case. The Iranian regime, meanwhile, has spent over 4 decades under some of the harshest sanctions in the world. This has forced the country into a constant state of survival, shaping a mindset that prioritizes resilience and adaptation across all sectors. Given this, it was always unlikely that Iran would back down without a fight. More broadly, no opponent should ever be underestimated, no matter how backward or unprepared they may appear, because they can still produce unexpected and significant surprises. The country has been significantly impacted. The bombardments appear to have caused substantial damage to parts of Tehran and strained critical infrastructure. But the regime remains solid. At this point, survival is all it needs. The leadership sees rebuilding as possible, especially if it boosts leverage over the Strait of Hormuz by intermittently disrupting transit, creating a twofold effect: extracting payments to ease passage and benefiting from higher oil prices, without ever imposing a formal permanent toll. In that scenario, Iran could generate significant revenue while driving recurring costs through higher insurance premiums and rerouting, and exerting sustained inflationary pressure on the global economy, including Mr. Trump's empire, the US. As I mentioned in a previous video, Iran holds several strong cards, and if it chooses to play them, it has the potential to increase its capacity to act as a broader system-level disruptor, particularly in energy markets, simply by leveraging control over one of the world's most critical choke points. Iran is currently wielding two powerful weapons: time and strategic partnerships. While it is technically possible for other countries to reroute oil supplies, building the necessary infrastructure will take time, something Iran clearly understands. In contrast, it can apply pressure immediately and escalate it gradually. Also, Iran doesn't need everyone to comply. It only needs enough players to remain relevant in the global energy market. Already, there are signs of this strategy taking shape, with China-linked ships continuing to move, India negotiating for safe passage, and transactions occurring through non-dollar channels, including the yuan. This is significant because it suggests Iran is not isolating itself, but rather exploring alternative trade channels. In effect, what Iran is doing resembles a partial mitigation of sanctions by transforming a geographic choke point into a pricing lever. Instead of being fully constrained by sanctions, it is repositioning itself to say, if you want energy, you must either pay on our terms or align with us. Right now, Iran appears to have gained a degree of short-term pressure and leverage. Any limited disruption in the Strait of Hormuz appears to be contributing to upward pressure on energy markets, which may provide Iran with tactical leverage in the near term. Whether this approach evolves into a more sustained strategy remains to be seen.